Hey, cinnamon roll for tomorrow breakfast. And also, I'm starving and I'm losing weight because Los Angeles moment. What's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite movies. And today I'm going to be doing a late night movie review of the new movie Poor Things. So, Poor Things is the new film from director Yorgos Lanthimos. This is directed by him and it is written by someone else. It is based on the novel of the same name by Alistair Gray. That's his name, right? Yes, that is him. And poor things, poor things, poor things, poor things. This is one of my most anticipated films of the year because I am a huge Yorgos fan. I think he is one of the greatest modern directors right now. And he's made tons of amazing films from his Greek films, such as Dogtooth, which is a very strange, absurdist, not absurdist, absurd. Absurdist means something else. Absurd film to his American slash British films, like The Lobster, which is a very smart, witty, cutting social commentary, or The Killing of a Sacred Deer, which is dark and twisted and sick and psychological, and then he transitions into more commercial territory with The Favorite. And even though I say commercial, I put it in quotation marks because The Favorite is still very eccentric, very weird, very out there, and definitely one of the most insane period films I've ever seen in my life. So I'm a Yorgos fan. Okay, I'm a Yorgos fan, and when he announced Poor Things, and and last year, I was like, just sign me up, baby, just sign me up. Now I finally got to watch Poor Things earlier today, about um, I don't know, 8 hours ago. I was finally able to watch it, and my experience was a little bit strange. See, I bought movie tickets for this film at 2 for the 2:30 p.m. screening, and it is for today, which is Saturday. And me, my three other friends, who is going to be a DP and two production designers for my next short film. Um, Four of us, we went to watch this film at 2:30 p.m. We went into the theater and something strange is happening. The movie's playing and it's weird because usually there are trailers. Usually, especially in AMC movie theaters, they play trailers for 25 minutes. And then on top of that, it seems like we're already at the end of the film, and then we sat down and I booked the seats K11 to K14. For some reason, someone's already sitting at K14, which is a little weird. And then I was already like, hold on, something's weird about this. Something's wrong. And I'm right. Turns out I fucked up. I somehow bought the movie tickets to Sunday and not today, even though I was so sure, and I even double checked and triple checked. I was so sure that it's for today. Turns out I booked tickets for Sunday 2:30 p.m. So I just embarrassed myself. Great. This is one of the first. I wouldn't say first. This is one of the few times I'm inviting this many people to watch a movie together, and I fucked up big time. But yeah, I immediately exchanged those tickets to 3:45 p.m. on the same day with the same discount. So that's what I did, and we got to watch it nonetheless. So, Poor Things. What is this movie? What the fuck is this movie? This movie is about a girl by the name of Bella Baxter, and is actually a woman with a baby's brain transplanted into it, and she starts off acting like a baby, like an infant, but she grows rapidly. She becomes more and more familiar with the world, and she meets this guy named Duncan. He's played by Mark Ruffalo. They go on to an adventure around Europe, and then she comes back to her home where she's being raised by God, aka Godwin Baxter, played by Willem Dafoe, as well as his assistant, played by Rami Youssef, and for one final chapter of the book, I guess. And this film is very much about feminism, it is about empowerment, and it is about sexual positivity, because mostly it is about Bella Baxter exploring the world as a child and just fighting for freedom and just wanting to explore and be kind and not being controlled by men. And that's pretty much the movie. Now, let's talk about the technical aspects first, because this film is, on a technical level, the greatest of the year, period, full stop. This film is insane on a technical level. The cinematography, the production design is top notch, and Robbie Ryan is the DP of this film. He also did The Favorite with Yorgos, unsurprisingly. He also did Marriage Story, which is so different aside from the aspect ratio. But again, with Yorgos, you need to expect the use of fisheye lenses, which are very fun and distorted and surreal. They also used a 16mm lens on a 35mm camera, so you only see a small hole in the middle of the frame, and it's my face. Ah, um, and so it's forced vignetting, but also the pinhole effect, and also crazy wide lenses and swirly bokeh induced by opening up the f-stop. I know I'm getting really technical here, and if you don't know anything about cinematography, you're probably like, what the hell are you talking about? But again, I went to watch this film with my DP friend, and immediately after the film ended, he's like going on to IMDb. He's going on to a shotonwhat.com and checking, ooh, they use Zeiss super speeds. They use ectochrome film. And my PD friend was like, ectochrome film? So what is that, you know? But then my PD friends are like noticing the candles and the props and the background and the colors, and I'm thinking more in terms of, the story. There's just something so fucking cool about watching movies with actual like movie making friends. It's just like synapses firing. It's awesome. But production design, mind-blowingly good. Like, we get surreal purplish, bluish, yellowish, orangish colors that feel like it came out of a child's imagination. It is beautiful. There are these scenes on the boat where we have deep depths of fields and wide-angled lenses, and the sets look so otherworldly and beautiful. They look as if they're painted, but the greatest thing about the production design is that we don't even know if it's painted or if it's CGI. When you can't tell how it's made, you know it's freaking good. There's a sequence where Bella Baxter and Mark Ruffalo's character Duncan is in Lisbon, Portugal, but obviously it's fake Lisbon, and the ceiling, the sky looks like a ceiling, but then you can't quite tell, so you're just thinking to yourself, is it a real sky? It is at that moment when you realize the production design is just too freaking good. But I just really like how Yorgos Lanthimos' film just progressively get more and more eccentric, more and more artful, just like many other directors out there. The music by Jerskin Fendrix, never heard of him before. This is his first film score, and it slaps. I love the very strange, holy string sections, the blimps and bleeps and bloops of keyboards that sounds like screeching ducks. And this is his first film score, which is crazy. But to give you a hint on why is he so good at scoring this film, he came out of the Windmill pub, which is the same place where Black Country New Road and Black Midi started. So okay, they're onto some good stuff. Now, again, the story is about feminism, and it's awesome. It's like Barbie, but even more eccentric, haywired, and wild, and it's awesome. In the film, we see Bella go on to this journey, and it's big and bold and almost maximalist, which I really like. However, I have to admit, I am a little bit underwhelmed. I'm a little bit underwhelmed by this film. I think it's partially because the hype is just too strong. Like, I went into the film really, really hyped, and I probably shouldn't, but I can't help it. I honestly was hoping for a 10 out of 10, and that's a lot to ask for a film. But even ignoring that, it's still amazing. It's still like a 9, even ignoring the hype. But I just wish I liked it more. And maybe there just isn't a sense of tension or bleakness that I always sense in previous Yorgos films, especially The Lobster and The Killing of a Sacred Deer, which is peak Yorgos. But also The Favorite. The Favorite is not that bleak, but it's just the eccentricity that's almost realistic, but not quite, which is what makes the film so special for me. But in Poor Things, it just goes all out. It's none of the scenes will pull you in and make you feel like it's happening in reality, because it's obviously not taking place in reality. And the dialogue is still really quirky and awkward. However, in this film, it makes sense because the whole world is already quirky. So when the dialogue's quirky, you don't really feel that it's quirky, if you know what I mean. Whereas in The Killing of a Sacred Deer, I think it's the best example of awkward dialogue. The dialogue is so awkward, and for a purpose. It adds to the tension of the scenes in The Killing of a Sacred Deer. And I just wish the ending is longer. One of the biggest antagonists of the film randomly show up in the last 20 minutes. I just wish he has more of an introduction and more of a presence in the film, perhaps. But yeah, overall, it's still a marvelous achievement in filmmaking. Still one of the best of the year, and Yorgos is still one of my favorites. And I aspire to be like him and to make movies like him and use wide-angled lenses the way he does. Maybe not too much though, because then I would be copying him. But it's just chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Emma Stone's performance is great. She's freaking amazing. Mark Ruffalo, I was skeptical at first, but he's such a diva in this film. There's a moment where like he's lying on his bed and he's like, and the whole crowd just laughs. Willem Dafoe's great. He's great in everything. Yeah, everyone's great. 9 out of 10. Strong 8 to a light 9. So, have you watched Poor Things? Comments below to let me know. Subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching. The year's coming to an end. I still have a few more films to watch, and that includes The Holdovers in the Zone of Interest. So stay tuned for that.